Jacob, when's the last time you saw a good werewolf movie?
Never? Maybe not.
Fuck.
I used to like Silver Bullet, but that was like back in the 80s and it was kind of like kooky and fun. So
Yeah. And part of me really thinks that is one of the best ways to present a werewolf movie at this point, is a kooky and fun character, because they're not. I don't know, the whole idea is kind of dumb in and of itself, I think.
The idea should be really easy to make scary, but for whatever reason, it just never plays out that way.
So, why are we talking about werewolf movies? Uncaged from RLJ Entertainment comes out February 2nd. Got us a copy right here, front and center. From the trailer, it looked like it looked good. It looked exciting. Looked like it had some good practical effects. It looked like a lot of things. It really looked like everything other than what it actually is.
That's actually a very fair assessment, sir.
Now, that being said, it may not be all of those things. Like, it may not be like an effects-driven, powerhouse in this creepy werewolf movie filled with blood and guts. But I'll be goddamned if it is not hilarious.
Man, you're talking about the Brandon and the Turner character, I'm guessing? Okay, that is some of the best writing of two characters that I've ever come across, because they're funny.
Yep.
They feel genuine, and it's like, hell, I know some of those people. It's like, it feels like I know those two.
Like, they are by far, they are two secondary characters, and they absolutely steal the show. I don't give a fuck about the werewolf at all, really. He's really the least important character in this whole thing. Like, you've got Brandon and Turner, and like this weird like local drug lord like involved, and like it all sounds so crazy because it's a werewolf movie, but that's because it really isn't a werewolf movie. It's like if Superbad was on this really small indie scale and you threw a werewolf just in there to fuck around a little bit.
And that's one of my biggest complaints with this movie, is it was trying to do literally almost 1,000 things. At one point, you have this weird drama of this kid's family, and there's some kind of weird traumatic background and werewolf shit in his line, and all of a sudden you're dealing with a local drug lord, and then you've got the Turner and Brandon weird sexual quest they're going on as young men and looking for that and drugs, and like there's like too many things happening and you're not focused on any of those at all.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I was definitely focused on one in particular. Like I thought the whole side story of like the drug lord and Brandon Turner, that scene where they're at the dinner table with the drug lord, is just fucking hilarious. I didn't see it coming. The werewolf stuff is there, like you said. It's not particularly well shot.
No.
Like, the lighting isn't very good. Like, especially in the opening scene, I was like, oh man, what is going on? But as soon as we get introduced to Brandon at the frat party in the beginning, like, I had like a legit LOL moment. I'm laughing out loud, like, holy fuck, like, this is good. And we just keep going down that path. And that is by far the most successful part of this movie. Like, I don't care how shitty it looks. Like, that's genuine comedy right there.
I feel like, they should take this movie and throw almost all of it away, do a complete retcon, so we can just have like the adventures of Brandon and Turner, because I would watch the fuck out of that movie. And it would be like Superbad, but actually probably even better.
There's minimal werewolf here. Like, you don't really get too many straight up shots of a werewolf,
which I will say is a good thing, I think.
Yes.
Especially when you're dealing with some budgetary constraints. I think it's a smart move.
Yeah, you'll get like a flash of tooth here, or like some hairy hands there. An important part of a werewolf movie is usually the transformation, like, American Werewolf in London, and all this,
Wolf Cop, you get a dick transformation.
Wolf Cop, which strangely comes up in this movie.
It does.
Like whenever he transforms into a wolf and like his cousin Brandon finds out, the first thing he asks him is if his dick got bigger. Which tells you right there, like, the Brandon character is just he's fantastic. Look, if you're not interested in humor and comedy, and a very, like, we get humor and comedy in horror movies all the time. This is straight up like Judd Apatow-esque humor. I'm telling you, the werewolf stuff is just a side act to all of the other cool funny shit that's going on.
If you're gonna knock this film, the biggest knock is that it's not focused. And there's not a lot of focus on anything, on the plot, on like some of these cool, tropes, I guess you could say, with the GoPro or any of that. If we'd have just picked one and stuck with that, we'd have had so much better of a movie.
I don't know.
You don't think so?
I don't know. Like
you loved it, huh?
I think it's a movie that I genuinely recommend.
Oh,
I'm serious. Like, I think it's a movie that I genuinely recommend just because it made me so happy. Like, except for like the ending. Like, as soon as it decides that, hey, we're gonna abandon like all of the fun shit that we've been doing. Like, we're gonna abandon this whole side drug lord thing and the goofy antics between the two friends, and we're gonna turn this into a werewolf film. That's when things just kind of fall apart, because you didn't really give a shit that it was a werewolf film this entire time, and now that you're focusing on that, I don't really care. Don't get Uncaged if you want to watch a horror movie, because that's not what you're going to get here.
So yeah, if you want, like, this is a great weekend. Let's have the friends over, let's drink a lot of booze, and let's have a good time. That's that kind of thing.
Yeah, not like let's drink a lot of booze and like get scared together or gross each other out together. It's not that. Be able to check it out February 2nd. We optimistically, or I guess we cautiously
is a good way to say it.
We cautiously recommend this one for the right audience.
I agree.